This is the week we've been waiting for all season long. Warden of Nothing is the Grandmaster, and the Adept Wendigo is finally the weekly reward. Grenade launchers are getting a massive buff in Lightfall, which makes this one of the most sought-after Nightfall weapons that we've ever had. And this is the only week that you can get it. Today, I'll be showcasing how anyone can farm the Warden of Nothing Grandmaster in 10 minutes or less, helping you snag that god-rolled Wendigo before the new expansion begins on February 28th. I'm Above, and before we dive in, I want to thank Clash of Clans for sponsoring today's video. When you're done farming Wendigos this week, and the Destiny servers have gone offline for maintenance, you'll need something to pass the time before the new expansion. So why not dive into Clash of Clans and start building your very own fantasy village from the ground up. You can grow your resources by conquering other villages and battle other players in real time for precious resources that can bolster your defenses and offer some spicy upgrades. What I like most is that everything is fully customizable and the graphics are awesome. You really feel a sense of progression as your village grows, which keeps you coming back for more. If you guys have enjoyed my guides this season, jump into Clash of Clans and support me for free using my link down in the description below. Thanks again to Clash of Clans for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to the farm. Diving right into my recommended team comp, keep in mind that this is a farming guide, and with it being a Solar Singe Nightfall, if you want to go all out, you can easily nuke this Grandmaster with 3 Starfire Warlocks and just spam fusion grenades. But for the sake of it being a guide, I'll always recommend at least one of each class so that you guys have options no matter the character that you play. We ran 1 Invis Hunter with Aeon Swifts, 1 Thundercrash Titan with Heart of Inmost Light, and 1 Well of Radiance Warlock rocking Starfire Protocol. This comp offers insane ad clear, survivability in ad dense choke points, and invis to skip past enemies for huge time saves. Aeons give you double bricks on finisher, which allows you to spam heavy ammo on champions and get finishers less often, which will also save you time. The Thundercrash Titan can swap to bonk hammers depending on playstyle, as the ad clear from this in a Solar Singe GM goes crazy. The Starfire Protocol is simply used to nuke everything in its path. As for weapon loadouts, rockets and linears both go crazy here, so it's totally personal preference. We opted for solar linear fusion rifles as they have great ammo economy and still bake the boss in seconds thanks to the Solar Singe. If you don't have cataclysmic, then feel free to use something like a solar rocket instead. We utilized an Arbalist for anti-barrier, a Witherhorde to enable our Starfire Warlock, and a Divinity for overload. We paired these exotics with 2 unstop hand cannons and an anti-barrier pulse rifle. Div is primarily used to speed up your runs by nuking key targets, but is not needed on the boss. Simply drop a well and a tether and use your solar linears to bake. As for key armor mods, we used Lucent Finisher and Sect of Insight on the Aeon Gauntlets for double heavy ammo when performing finishers, Countercharge and High Energy Fire for bonus damage when stunning champions, Solar Resist and Concussive Dampener to counter the Solar Singe, and Lord Kelvin's Basilisk as an extra source of overload stun from your Hunter. I also recommend Ashes to Assets on your Solar Warlock in order to generate your super as quickly as possible. Diving right into the Nightfall, drop an Empowering Rift and use Div to overload the champion directly across from you. This is the only enemy you need to kill in this entire area, so once dead, smoke your team and use the pipes on the left to skip the remaining ads. You can then hack the console with your ghost and jump over the train. If you're quick, you'll only need to worry about 1 oncoming train here. When you jump down, make sure to take out the goblin since he will demolish you if you leave him alive. Hop on your sparrows, dodge the oncoming trains, then drop down. Take out the goblins in front of you, nuke the Hydra, then take out the unstop and clear the remaining ads, and get a finisher on the barrier to restock on ammo. If you're comfortable, hop on your sparrow and make your way up the tracks, and if not, you can use the rails on the left-hand side to avoid the trains altogether. As you jump down, use the explosive barrels to take out the ads, then focus the unstop. You can get a second finisher here if you need it, and then clear the next area with your grenades. Take out the barrier champion champion, then we're moving on. The next room contains a Hydra mini boss and 2 more barrier champions, so push up to this wall, drop your Well of Radiance, and focus the barrier champs to your top right and left hand sides. You can then tether the center of the room and have your warlock spam fusion grenades to kill everything surrounding the Hydra. Once clear, you can push up to this platform on the left hand side to clear the remaining adds, and when the last yellow bar dies, the Minotaur boss will spawn in and teleport to your right. Div and Linears will nuke it in seconds, and just like that, we're done with this encounter. The next room contains 2 unstoppable champions and is the perfect place to restock on ammo. Clear the adds as you enter, get your finishers, then smoke your teammates to skip past the rest of this room. You'll likely need to re-smoke your teammates on the way up to the lift, but overall, this part is pretty straightforward. Next up, we have the Prison of Elders encounter. Teams typically struggle here due to the volume of champions and the pace required to defuse all 3 mines simultaneously, but our strategy makes this extremely easy. If your warlock has been spamming fusion grenades, they should have their well to place on the main bridge, and when they do, you can go to town nuking champions. I like to leave a couple of the barriers for finishers because you'll need ammo after this room before we head to the boss fight. When the last enemy dies, the next phase will begin. Take out the adds on your left as you start capturing the A mine, and while this is happening, your warlock can position themselves in this hallway to nuke the adds, the barrier, and the unstop that spawn in one after another. When A is captured, an overload will appear on the center bridge, and though you don't have to kill this champion, you want to make sure to stun it to get platinum rewards. As the other 2 mines appear, send your warlock and titan to B while your invis hunter solos the C cap point. And once complete, have your team reposition to the back platform and throw down an empowering rift to nuke the mini-boss. When it dies, the rest of the adds will despawn, and you're free to collect the ammo that you generated before the boss fight. It's worth noting that there's a very common bug that can softlock this GM right now, so to avoid this, have one person stay at the top of the elevator while your teammates descend to the boss room. This ensures that the checkpoint updates properly and should prevent the softlock from happening altogether. When you reach the bottom of the elevator, take out the overload and unstop from this high ground, then jump down and get finishers on the barriers if you need ammo for the boss bake. Throw down a well, drop a tether, and bake the boss to make your sub 10 Warden of Nothing Grandmaster a GG. If you found this guide useful, a like and subscription would be greatly appreciated, and swing by the stream this week and let me know you're from YouTube so that I can get you guys a run farming Wendigo all week long. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.